Hello, Christos. Hello, hello. How are you? Get some incense burning. Hello, Barbara. I found my missing opal chunks for my wire wrapping. They've been missing for a year. They showed up after the live. Wow. That's a synchronicity, huh? Yep. Oops, I forgot to take that down yesterday. After feelings. We're going to go over some fun stuff today. We're going to get a little bit away from the charts and stuff today. We are going to do Urantia book today. And I'm going to tell you about life on other planets and other inhabitable worlds. Hello, Keith. Hello, Sarah. Grand Rising, beautiful. Hello, Josh. Turn our little light on. Oh, yeah. Everything's good here. I woke up. I was breathing when I woke up. That's a good thing. It's always the best day. Yes, I did. Thank you so much. I loved everything. I am saving the cookie to when I get to my ideal weight, so that gives me something to look forward to. A little treat. Hello, Edward. Welcome to the Butterfly Sanctuary. I rotate my Sky Scent videos. This one has a lot of light codes in it. Aw, love you too. Love you too, brother. Can you believe it's already Thursday? I can't. I don't know where time goes anymore. It goes so dang fast. Tomorrow is 555, and it is a huge energetic day. May the 4th be with you. Well, I'm sorry for your loss, but she's always, always with you. Yes, they do. They do, Sarah. They do. Well, hello. I have had so much fun in your room, just listening to you with people. It's just amazing. We got a fun class today. You're going to hear some things some of you probably know some of this stuff that we're going to talk about today, but some of you aren't going to know anything about this stuff. So you're going to be maybe like surprised. And when I first read about it, I was like, wow, that's very cool. Aw, thank you. I love when you guys go live and I see you're live. I always go in because I love to support you. And I love to hear people sharing their truth. Hey, Bobby! Oh my gosh. Synchronicities, brothers. Synchronicities. I have braids in my hair today to give it some wave. I think we're all in this movie together, Bobby. Sky scent. Whoop, whoop. All right. So now we're going to do something we never do and let the universe lead us into music. Ha 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 ha, jokes. I got jokes. Let's see. Turn it down a little bit. This is sowing the seeds of love. Sowing the seeds of love. All right. And there's that beautiful butterfly with everybody on it. Because we are one. All right. Let's do... Let's do some chakra cards. Because we always like the messages from the chakra cards. And then we might do a couple of starseed. And then I'm going to get right into the Urantia book because it's going to be fun. It's going to be good. Good stuff today. Good fun stuff. But first, chakras. What do we need to be reminded about ourselves? About our higher selves. Hello, everyone. Come on in. Join us. All are welcome here. All with good hearts and loving intention are welcome here. Okay, so we got the first chakra, the base chakra, self-sufficiency. We got the third chakra, the solar plexus, self-worth and self-esteem. And we got the sixth chakra, the third eye, inner knowing. So, by finding material security without being materialistic, I will gain satisfaction, stability, and inner strength. I am resourceful. I put in the effort to be responsible for supplying fundamental needs in my life, such as shelter, food, water, and clothing. I take responsibility for where I now find myself in life as I move forwards. I get in touch with and trust my innate wisdom, which tells me that I will be provided with all I need. Yes. The third chakra, the solar plexus, self-worth and self-esteem. I honor myself by doing things that please me, not only those that please others. I am empowered as I release the need to live up to other people's unrealistic expectations of me. When I respect and approve of myself, others will naturally do the same. I teach others how to treat and respect me by how I treat and respect myself. I know I am worthy of love and respect. The boundaries I create with others acknowledge my self-worth. You have to love yourself before you can truly love another person, right? You have to take care of yourself. You have to shine your light inside of yourself before you can shine your light outside. Yeah. Hello, Jeanine. Hello, darling. And then we got the sixth chakra, the third eye chakra, inner knowing. I trust my inner knowing, and I am at peace with myself. Trust your intuition. I create more moments of stillness and silence. Yes, true, shine your inner light. Yes. I create more moments of stillness and silence, and I listen for the truth. People will say, oh my gosh, you're crazy. You talk to yourself. No, 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 no. Talk to yourself because you're talking to your guides. You're talking to past loved ones. You're talking to you're talking to beyond the veil. When you talk to yourself, they hear you. Yes. You are your own best friend. Yes. I am open to connecting with and listening to my gut and my heart's feelings, and I don't override them with my mind's logic. Right? I practice meditation, prayer, and contemplation. Okay. So those were those messages. We're going to pull a couple. I'm being called, let's pull a couple of Starseed Tarot and the Love Light Tarot. Not Tarot, or Oracle. Some Oracle cards this morning. Let's do 3 of them for the collective. We've got a big energy portal coming up tomorrow, guys. So if you're called, meditate. We have a mission tomorrow at 1:11. Those that are called, come and do that with us. If you want some more information about that, message me. And to light of the full moon, the lunar eclipse, for healing and higher self-integration. Really? Your alarm is set for 1:11? Oh, there we go. Yes, Sarah, just at 1:11, just think. If you're going to see 1:11 on the clock, and you're just going to think about being with us, and you will be. That's all it takes. We are that connected. Come on. Where's the rest of these things I need? There's 2. There's 3. Yeah. We're so connected, guys. All right. We got the mirror card. We got the mirror card. Who or what is triggering you? Look in the mirror. Boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? And Starseed, what lights you up? What lights you up? Okay. The mirror. I am you. You are me. You are me looking in the mirror. Okay. The Urantia book. This is a huge book, guys. It took me 2 years to read this book. And I highlighted all through it and like put little things in the most important places. So, we are going to talk about different planets today. Let me find where it is. Oh, the Urantia book. Yeah, just a sec. Oh, it's heavy. The Urantia book. It's basically a precursor to the Knowledge book. If you guys have heard of the Knowledge book, it is a precursor to that. Hello, Wendy. I just got to find... There we go. Okay. So we're going to talk about some other inhabited worlds. You can find it online as a PDF. Okay, so this book was written by, channeled by. Okay, so it's a channeled book, but it was written by like archangels and angels and messengers and Melchizedek and paradise deities and different kind of spirits. It wasn't written. It's a channeled work. Anyway, they have an audio of it on YouTube. Oh, okay. Awesome. Yes. All right, so we're going to talk about the inhabited worlds. All right. All mortal inhabited worlds are evolutionary in origin and nature. These spheres are the spawning ground, the evolutionary cradle of the mortal races of time and space. Each unit of the ascendant life is a veritable training school for the stage of existence just ahead. And this is true of every stage of man's progressive paradise ascent. This is about ascension, guys. And the universe says the final countdown. Darlene, sure I can. This is the final countdown. That's what the universe is saying. Let me... Alright, just a second. Darlene, okay. All right. So, each unit of the ascendant life is a veritable training school for the stage of existence just ahead. And this is true of every stage of man's progressive paradise ascent. Just as true of the initial mortal experience on an evolutionary planet as of the final universe headquarters school of the Melchizedeks, a school which is not attended by ascending mortals until just before their translation to the regime of the super-universe and the attainment of first stage spirit existence. Is this talking about Earth? Could be. Could very well be. This Earth is an inhabited world. Okay. Just as true of the initial mortal experience. Okay. All inhabited worlds are basically grouped for celestial administration into the local systems. So we're getting the inhabited worlds are grouped for celestial administration into the local systems. This means we're getting ready for paradise. There is a place called paradise. And maybe we'll talk about that sometime too. Each of these local systems is limited to about 1,000 evolutionary worlds. Just put that into your 1,000 worlds. This limitation is by the decree of the Ancients of Days, and it pertains to actual evolutionary planets whereon mortals of surviving status are living. Neither worlds finally settled in light and life, nor planets in the pre-human stage of life development are reckoned in this group. I want to tell you, I'm going to go back for a minute and tell you about what Earth is. Okay? So, in the minds of mortals of Urantia, that being the name of your world, there exists great confusion respecting the meaning of such terms as God, divinity, and deity. Human beings are still more confused and uncertain about the relationships of the divine personalities designated by these numerous appellations. Because of this conceptual poverty associated with so much ideational confusion, I have been directed to formulate this introductory statement in explanation of the meanings which should be attached to certain word symbols as they may be hereinafter used in those papers which the Orvonton Corps of Truth Revealers, this is a council, have been authorized to translate into the English language of Urantia. Okay. Your world, Urantia, is one of many similar inhabited planets which comprise the local universe of Nebadon. Okay. So the name of our universe is called Nebadon. This universe, together with similar creations, makes up the super universe of Orvonton, from whose capital, Uversa, our commission hails. Again, this is a council talking right now, a Melchizedek council. Orvonton, which is our super universe, the name of the super universe. Hello, beautiful Terry. Hello, darling. Orvonton is one of the 7 evolutionary super universes of time and space, which circle the never-beginning, never-ending creation of divine perfection, the central universe of Havona. At the heart of this eternal and central universe is the stationary isle of Paradise, the geographic center of infinity and the dwelling place of the eternal God. The 7 evolving super universes in association with the central and divine universe we commonly refer to as the grand universe. These are now organized and inhabited creations. They are all part of the master universe, which also embraces the uninhabited but mobilizing universes of outer space. I will describe Paradise to you because it is absolutely beautiful. And I've also seen it. I've had visions of it, and also I've seen visions of it through other people during quantum healing sessions. Okay. So, Satania is our local, what our universe is called, basically. Okay. Satania itself is an unfinished system containing only 619 inhabited worlds. Such planets are numbered serially in accordance with their registration as inhabited worlds, as worlds inhabited by will creatures. We are free will creatures. We are free will creatures. Not all worlds are inhabited by free will. Earth is one of very few where there is free will and where they take our memories. But it is a place of great spiritual growth, and that is why we choose it. Thus was Urantia given the number 606 of Satania. Our planet, Earth, is number 606 in the local universe of Nebadon, which is part of the bigger universe called Satania, meaning the 606th world in this local system on which the long evolutionary life process culminated in the appearance of human beings. Hello, Amy. Hello. There are 36 uninhabited planets nearing the life endowment stage, and several are now being made ready for the life carriers. There are nearly 200 spheres which are evolving so as to be ready for life implantation within the next few million years. Why are we being told this and showed this? Because we're eternal. We're eternal spiritual beings. Not all planets are suited to harbor mortal life. Hello, Sammy. Hello, Christina. Not all planets are suited to harbor mortal life. Small ones having a high rate of axial revolution are wholly unsuited for life habitats. In several of the physical systems of Satania, the planets revolving around the central sun are too large for habitation, their great mass occasioning oppressive gravity. Many of these enormous spheres have satellites, sometimes a half a dozen or more. And these moons, because the moons are satellites, these moons are often in size very near that of Urantia. When I talk of Urantia, I'm speaking of Earth. Urantia is another name for Earth. So that they are almost ideal for habitation. May the fourth be with you, yeah. The oldest inhabited world of Satania, world number 1, is a nova. A nova. One of the 44 satellites revolving around an enormous dark planet, but exposed to the differential light of 3 neighboring suns. A nova is in an advanced stage of progressive civilization. So on this planet, a nova, there is an advanced stage of progressive civilization. Urantia is a very young planet, guys. Earth is very young. And what we're doing on it now with Ascension is like, it's like graduating from a class that we've been in for so long. The universes, this is called the planetary life. This is paper 49, by the way. It's called The Inhabited Worlds. The universes of time and space are gradual in development. The progression of life, terrestrial or celestial, is neither arbitrary nor magical. Evolution may not always be understandable or predictable. Go back, okay. But it is strictly non-accidental, right? Nothing is done by accident. There are no coincidences. Everyone is here for a reason. Everyone's listening to this now for a reason. The biologic unit of material life is the protoplasmic cell, the communal association of chemical, electrical, and other basic energies. The chemical formulas differ in each system, and the technique of living cell reproduction is slightly different in each local universe. But the life carriers are always the living catalyzers who initiate the primordial reactions of material life. They are the instigators of the energy circuits of living matter. We're talking about those beings that created us. They're called the life carriers. Yes, all the worlds of a local system disclose unmistakable physical kinship. Nevertheless, each planet has its own scale of life. No two worlds being exactly alike in plant and animal endowment. Okay? These planetary variations in the system life types result from the decisions of the life carriers. But these beings are neither capricious nor whimsical. The universes are conducted in accordance with law and order. The laws of Nebadon are the divine mandates of Salvington, and the evolutionary order of life in Satania is in consonance with the evolutionary pattern of Nebadon. Evolution is the rule of human development. This is why I'm telling you this. We are going through a huge jump in evolution right now. Okay? Evolution is the rule of human development, but the process itself varies greatly on different worlds. Life is sometimes initiated in one center, sometimes in three, as it was in Urantia. So life was initiated in 3 centers on Earth. On the atmospheric worlds, it usually has a marine origin, but not always, which means a lot of water, right? Much depends on the physical status of a planet. The life carriers have great latitude in their function of life initiation. In other words, they choose the planets that they're going to create life on. In the development of planetary life, the vegetable form always precedes the animal and is quite fully developed before the animal patterns differentiate. Yes. So vegetation comes before any animal life, and then after animal life comes humans. In the development of planetary life, the vegetable form always precedes the animal and is quite fully developed before the animal patterns differentiate. All animal types are developed from the basic patterns of the preceding vegetable kingdom of living things. They are not separately organized. So we are part of the animal kingdom, the vegetable kingdom. We are all one with everything. The early stages of life evolution are not altogether in conformity with your present-day views. Mortal man is not an evolutionary accident. There is a precise system, a universal law, which determines the unfolding of the planetary life plan on the spheres of space. I'm talking about the plan, that's why. Okay. All right. Time and the production of large numbers of a species are not the controlling influences. Mice reproduce much more rapidly than elephants, yet elephants evolve more rapidly than mice. The process of planetary evolution is orderly and controlled. The development of higher organisms from lower groupings of life is not accidental. Sometimes evolutionary progress is temporarily delayed by the destruction of certain favorable lines of life plasm carried in a selected species. It often requires ages upon ages to recoup the damage occasioned by the loss of a single superior strain of human heredity. These selected and superior strains of living protoplasm should be jealously and intelligently guarded when once they make their appearance, and on most of the inhabited worlds, these superior potentials of life are valued much more highly than on Urantia. Okay. In other words, we don't value our vegetation enough. We don't value our animals enough. On other inhabited worlds, they are valued much more. I'm feeling this is why we were brought here. And the crystal babies that are coming in now, like all the babies now that are coming in are crystal babies. To help us value, yeah. Planetary physical types. There is a standard and basic pattern of vegetable and animal life in each system. But the life carriers are oftentimes confronted with the necessity of modifying these basic patterns to conform to the varying physical conditions which confront them on numerous worlds of space. They foster a generalized system type of mortal creature. But there are 7 distinct physical types, as well as thousands upon thousands of minor variants of these 7 outstanding differentiations. Okay, so these are the 7 types of planets there are. Exactly, Brian. Exactly. We need more love on the planet, and that's why we're here. We carry the love light energy. So the planetary types, there are atmospheric types, there are elemental types, there are gravity types, there are temperature types, there are electric types, there are energizing types, and then there are unnamed types. The Satania system, the super universe, basically. The Satania system contains all of these types and numerous intermediate groups, although some are very sparingly represented. We're going to talk a little bit about each type. So the atmospheric types, the physical differences of the worlds of mortal habitation are chiefly determined by the nature of the atmosphere. Yes, we are, Christina, absolutely. Other influences which contribute to the planetary differentiation of life are relatively minor. The present atmospheric status of Urantia, that's Earth, is almost ideal for the support of the breathing type of man. But the human type can be so modified that it can live on both the super-atmospheric and the sub-atmospheric planets. Such modifications also extend to the animal life, which differs greatly on the various inhabited spheres. There is a very great modification of animal orders on both the sub and the super atmospheric worlds. of the atmospheric types in Satania, about 2.5% are sub-breathers. About 5% super breathers. And over 91% are mid breathers. Altogether accounting for 98.5% of the Satania worlds. Right? I don't think there's anyone in here that believed that we were the only planet with beings on it, right? Be it human or, whatever. We aren't. We are a very young planet. We are planet 606 in our local universe. And there are many, many universes out there. There are so many souls. Right? Just looking at comments. Yeah. One last time. We are the architects of the new earth. Yes, we are. We're the cheat codes. I like that. Yes. Is everyone enjoying this? Enjoying learning about other planetary types and worlds? It's a lot. And the Urantia book is not for, I mean, it uses big words. Yeah. Okay. Beings such as Urantia races, us, okay? Hello, Mary. Hello, darling. Yep. Beings such as the Urantia races are classified as mid-breathers. Okay? You represent the average or typical breathing order of mortal existence. If intelligent creatures should exist on a planet with an atmosphere similar to that of your near neighbor Venus, they would belong to the super breather group. While those inhabiting a planet with an atmosphere as thin as that of your outer neighbor Mars would be denominated sub-breathers. There are beings on Venus and Mars. If mortals should inhabit a planet devoid of air, like your moon, they would belong to the separate order of non-breathers. Yes. There are beings on the moon, and they are non-breathers. Okay? This type represents a radical or extreme adjustment to the planetary environment and is separately considered. Non-breathers account for the remaining 1.5% of Satania worlds. It's just, okay, the different entities use different breathing, Brian. So, again, it's just the different way you breathe, okay? So you have 2.5% are sub-breathers. 5% are super breathers. And 91% are mid-breathers. We are mid-breathers. Okay? But there are some beings that are non-breathers. They don't have to breathe. And they're living on places like the moon, where it's devoid of air. Okay. Non-breathers are only 1.5% of our local universe, which is Satania. Yeah, I guess. It just calls us a mid-breather. Um, I believe once we're in our crystalline bodies that we won't have to eat as much. Very, very little. Because we are essentially breatharians. Yeah. Okay. So that is the atmospheric type. So, guys, we are an atmospheric type. And we are considered a mid-breather. Okay? So another type of being is an elemental type. Brian, when we ascend, okay? You're going to traverse your Jacob's ladder in this lifetime. If you do the work, you have to do the work. We are learning how to manipulate our energy. We are learning from each other because each of us holds keys to help each other. This is why I always tell you, speak your truth, share your knowledge, because I might not have knowledge that Christina has. I might not have knowledge that Wendy has. I may not have knowledge that Dream Eater has. So we have to share things so that we can learn. We are going to learn how to astral travel from Trey and Terry because they know how to do it and they're good at it. Right? Another person might teach us astrology. Why? Because they're good at it. See? That's why we found each other. Because we're fragmented. And together we make the big puzzle. And that's the only way we're going to ascend is together. No one is going to ascend on their own. It doesn't happen. Okay? We ascend as groups. And we can only ascend when we learn these things about ourselves. How to open your heart portal. How to create your reality. All these things are part of it. Right? So share your wisdom. Because if you don't, we're not going to ascend because you have a key inside of you. Although I will say, certain people carry the same keys. You have to heal. You have to heal your throat chakra and learn to speak up. Because if you don't speak up, then we might miss the bus. Yes, Sarah. I think a lot of us have traveled before. Right? But like I said, we all hold pieces of the puzzle. And none of us are going to hold, some of us are going to hold like 2 pieces. Some of us will hold 1. Some of us will dabble a little bit in each piece, right? But we don't have to know astrology to be able to travel. We don't have to know how to read oracle cards and connect our energy to the cards to you see what I'm saying, guys. Some people are better at certain things than others, but no one can do something that someone else can't do. Or no one can do something that, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. You guys all carry the ability to do anything you want to do. If you want to be a medium, research how to do that. Find a medium and learn from them. If you want to talk to the other side. If you want to know astrology, research it, Get with people that know how to do it. Learn it. That is the work. If you want to know how to read runes, study it. Read about it. Research it. Get with people that know it. Right? Okay? Anything that you want to do and that you put your mind to and that you research about and that you really want to do, you can do it. No one should say to you that you cannot do something because you don't have the power. Bullshit. I call bullshit. Because you can do anything that you put your mind to. Okay? So if you want to learn how to do something, search out people that already do it and ask them to teach you. Now, some people will charge a lot of money to teach you something. And I don't think that's right. I mean, energy for energy, I get that. But some people are way overboard. Way overboard. And there's my mom for confirmation. Just be loving with people, and you can teach them what you know. But you have to know who you are to do that. And it's all like a vicious circle. Yeah, learning to work with the elements and energy is there for all of us. Right, you have to do the research. You have to do the work. You're not going to ascend if you just sit back and say, oh, I'm ready to ascend. I'll just sit here. No, that's not ascension. Okay. We are teaching each other so that we can ascend together. Dragons, fairies, and angels are all there. Yes. We all have dragon guides. There are fairies and there are angels, and we are angels. There are archangels, there are guides. There is a veil, and it is getting very, very thin for those of us at the soul star chakra. It's almost like the beings from the veil are in our, like, part of us. For those of us with our soul star chakra open. Exactly, Sarah. But I have learned so much from you guys in here. Holy cow. So much. You think I knew all this stuff before I got with you and found you? And we found each other? No. Nope. We found each other for a reason. Exactly, Sarah. Do some research. Research your family. And like I said, if you see someone do something that you want to do, want to learn how to do, ask. Ask. The only thing that they can say is, no, I'm not going to teach you that. But I guarantee you, if it's someone in this room on that butterfly, they're not going to tell you no. They're not going to tell you no. Because we work together. Right? We work together. On Tuesday nights, we will be doing classes for traveling. And it will be Terry and Trey will be leading those classes. And we will learn how to astral travel. Right? No gatekeepers. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Right? Last Tuesday, right. Tuesday nights are going to be for astral travel classes. There will be a link put in the Discord because, we can't, because you have to have people's email to do it. Unless you want to send me your email, If you don't want to get on Discord, you can send me your email and I could put you in the database for emails. But that's how we're going to do it. In Zoom. We're not going to be doing it on TikTok. Because it's just going to be for soul family to learn how to astral travel. No riffraff. None at all. All right. Let's, we've got about 10 more minutes. Oh, absolutely, Dawn. Oh, I love this song, Terrified. Well, thing that's right. I call Trey a travel wizard because she is amazing at astral travel. And Terry also. Heart's emotion. All right. Did anyone have anything to say? We've got about 10 more minutes. I can get into the elemental type of being if you want. Or I can wait. It's going to be on Zoom, yes, Christina. But I will put a link. We'll put the Zoom link in the Discord. We have a TNT channel. It's called TNT Dynamite. And it is a creator channel. And Trey and Terry are the moderators in that channel. But like I said, if you don't want to join the Discord, which is fine, just send me your email. And I will get it in the database for the Zoom. Hello, Raisa. Hello, darling. In my heart's emotion. The Discord link is in my link tree. It is called Rainbow Butterflies. And we have quite a few people in there. 200, something like that. Some are more active than others, of course. You're 25? That's awesome. There is a lot of information in that Discord. A lot. Including messages from our galactics. They're called Palladian messages. And you basically decode them. They're pretty cool. My heart's emotion. Okay. Just burning in the dark. Rainbow butterflies. It's rainbow butterflies because we are the rainbow warriors that the Indians talked about. So I call us the rainbow butterflies. A second waver and a generator. Awesome. I am a first wave manifesting generator. Yep. We've got 6 more minutes till snaps. If you've never done snaps with us before, it is where we have created the new earth. So back in September of last year, we created a list of the things that we want for the new earth. And we create that every day. And we also have a healing chain that we do every day in class where we connect our energy to the people that have asked for healing, and we help them heal themselves, because I believe that all healing is self-healing. If you don't believe that, that's fine. Again, if I say anything that does not resonate with you, just leave it, right? I tell you my journey, but everyone's on separate journeys, okay? Even though we are one and we get our information from the same source. I've showed you that with the picture I drew. And I'll show you that in a minute before we do snaps. But if I say something or do something that doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. You can leave it. Your mom needs healing. Well, we kind of need her permission to connect with her energy. Just kind of slip it in. Mom, do you want to be on my friend's healing chain? I'm going to go ahead and put Darlene up here. I haven't had a chance to put... I've added a few names and I haven't had a chance to put butterflies beside them yet. But I will. I got to find some more butterflies. I'm running low. Love can build a bridge. Love can build a bridge is what the universe is saying. And mine. Of course, Edward. Hi, Zach. Hello, James. All right, yes. Also, if you're new to the room and would like to be on the butterfly with everybody else, just let me know. Oh, let me add you to that. Let me know what your favorite rainbow color is. Because we put you on there as a rainbow color. There we go. Okay. Edward, you're on there. Yeah, human design. One of my favorite thing is to decode myself. So I do a lot of that. Raisa, you want to be on the butterfly? Also, by putting you on the butterfly, what's your favorite color? Yeah, what's your favorite color, darling? Rainbow color. And I'll put you on there. Purple? I have purple. And I could put you on there. Or light blue. Okay. You also get entered in for a free quantum healing session in Ankh. All right, let's put you on there. Let me get my light blue one. I got time. 1 minute. 1 minute. Let me put Race on here real quick. All right, there we go. You're on there. And then we have 1 minute till snaps, where we create the new earth. Each journey seems to have its own perspective. Of course. Of course it does. Oops, my glue gun was stuck to my thing. Oops. That's us. And there's Snap. Snap, snap, snap. Sounds good, Dawn. Snap time. And there is our beautiful fairy reading. With the XOXO from Mom and Mother Hens in here and dragons. So pretty. All right. So we have created the new earth. We have created end suffering, make love the new foundation. We have created a haven for children to be children and a new education system. We have created 3D detox centers for healing and guidance. We have created peace, love, joy, happiness, and safety. Oh, Forest Fairy's here. Hello, beautiful. We have created no pollution and no poison. And thank you for the music. We have created completely open pineal glands for all. And we have created a world without violence. Hello, Alex. And a big hug for everybody here. A big lucky hug. And we have created everyone connected back with Earth Spirit energy and source. And we have created free energy, free water, clean water. We have created abundance and prosperity to do what we desire. We have created reverse manipulated energy grids. And we have created no harp and no CERN. We have created a healthy Mother Earth. We have created shelter for everyone. We have created perfect health for everyone. We have created no more taxes. And we have created cleanup of the soil. We started these creations on 9/8/22, and we do it every weekday at 10:11 Eastern Time. Anytime 11 after the hour, you can also put that list in your mind and create. Thank you, Alex, for the tiny dinies and roses. And this is our rainbow butterfly healing chain. We connect our energy to their energy to help them heal themselves. So if you do light language, if you do energy healing, if you do crystal healing, whatever type of healing you do, just open your heart to these people, send them love and light and healing. So we have Kate and Lindy and Jace and Robin and Nicole and Rachel and Sheila and Deborah and Kevin and Larry and April and Candy and Bradley Sr. and Emmy and Becca and Janice and Star and Arlo and Brandy and Virginia and Stephanie and Kim and Terry and Ralph and Conchetta and Faith and Haley and Samantha and Rose and Richard and Richie and Maria and Alicia and Raskowski and Carrie and Shantae's family and Phyllis and Kathy and John and little Jess and Rebecca and Rose and Delia, Elizabeth and Donnie and Jack and Lori and Bobby and Linda and Keith and Darlene and Edward. Sending them all love, light, and healing. All right. Thank you, everyone, for that. You all are amazing, beautiful angels. And that is all of us. This is the picture I drew a few months ago. And that it just shows where we get the big ball is consciousness. It's Christ consciousness. And then it comes to all of us right? And this is why we have the same thoughts, why we can finish each other's sentences sometimes, why we'll make a video and another one of us will make a video about the same thing. It's because that's where we get that information from, right? We're getting the information from the same place, right there. Okay. So. This album, by the way, the Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon album is quite significant for Ascension also. Yes. Raisa, there are no coincidences. No coincidences at all. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Yep. Entering the dark side of the moon tomorrow. Yeah, 555 tomorrow, guys. Huge energy shift day. Huge portal day. I am going to be meditating my little heart out. I am going to be astral traveling, doing some remote work. I have lots of stuff to do tomorrow. Lots of stuff to do tomorrow. Awesome. Yep. I would like to do the thing at midnight with Fairy and John. The St. Elmo's Fire. I'll tell you what, play that song. Play St. Elmo's Fire and just close your eyes and feel the energy from that song. And let your body move with that song. John will be on Fairy. If you don't follow Forest Fairy, follow her. She spells her Fairy with 2 R's. She is absolutely amazing. She's an oracle. She is our soul sister. And she teaches so much in her classes. In fact, she has an awesome class coming up today, which she's going to bring us to the waterfalls, or a watery place. Teach us about water, which is very important with Ascension too. So, yeah. Yes. A lot of people try to be Forest Fairy because she does such beautiful things and they see her light. But Forest Fairy has over 7,000 followers, okay, friends. We call them friends. And so that's how you know if it's her or not. That's awesome. Yep. Yep. Exactly. No one can do what Forest Fairy does. Yeah. I have almost 10,000 friends. So anyone without that many friends is not me. I only have one account, guys. I only have one account. I will never, ever get into your messages saying I'm psychic and want to do a reading for you. Okay? I won't do that. If I think you might need quantum healing, or I think that quantum healing might help you, I might message you, but it's going to be a huge message. It's not going to be like, I am psychic and, do you want a reading? Because I don't call it a reading. Yes, Mary and John, yes. The dynamic duo. Aw, that's so nice. Yep, I look forward to Saturdays. They're both in the Discord also, but of course they're very busy. You know, Force Fairy likes tinkering in her little thing, making things, creating. She is a creator. And John, of course, has a full-time job, so. But they have rooms. They have creator rooms in there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It helps to heal, though, Raisa, right? Every experience that we've had in the past, every experience was for a reason. It was to make us who we are today. Mm-hmm. Exactly. The universe says, I'll stand by you. The universe says, I will stand by you. Yep. Sometimes it takes that, Raisa. It really does. You had to go inward and learn to love yourself in order to heal yourself so that you could be there to heal others. Okay? If you found your way to the Butterfly Sanctuary, you are a teacher. Because we are all teachers in here. All of us. We all carry knowledge. Absolutely, Brian. Absolutely. Yep. Yep. In fact, I have been asking people there's a lot of quantum healers, but there's one that I've watched for many, many years. Her name is Ada or Ava something. She's in our Discord in the Quantum Healings channel. Anyway, because she has regressed a few people that were important to Ascension and that had information. The last one I watched of her, she asked someone how they were connected. So I did that on my last 2 sessions that I had, and I was connected to them. One person, I was their aunt in another life, and one person, I was, we slung magic together. We were like sisters. So, yeah, we are all connected. And I think that's what Spirit wanted us to know. That we are all connected. We've lived other lives with each other. And this is why we're brought together. This is why we were brought together again. Like the connection is real. The connection, yes, me and Trey were sisters in another life. I know we were. Yep. Oh yeah, Raisa. I have been doing quantum healing for, well, I've had my certification for about 4 years. Yeah, I've done probably, maybe 50 regressions. Yep. I really enjoy it. I like doing it. You can see some of my sessions on YouTube at Opal Star 33. Bleh. I've had sessions with a lot of people in here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Raisa, some people charge a lot of money for quantum healing sessions. Yep. Yes. I do them online. Yes. I charge $44 for my sessions, and you also get an ankh. And I like to make the ankh before our sessions so that you can have the ankh in your hands as we do the session. Yeah. Yeah. I have a pinned post that has testimonies. Yes, my sessions last about 2 hours, and they are recorded. I keep a professional Zoom for it. Yeah, I know. But I want to reach a lot more people, Raisa. I'm not in it for the money. I'm not. I give three free sessions a month. Yep. Yep. And we pull those through the butterfly. We pull them in here. I pulled a name yesterday. All right. Let's get back to another type of deity. Oh, Raisa, I use Dolores Cannon's method. I have not had too many problems with getting people under, honestly. So we're going to talk about another type of planet, the elemental type. These differentiations have to do with the relation of mortals to water, air, and land. And there are 4 distinct species of intelligent life as they are related to these habitats. The Urantia races are of the land order. It is quite impossible for you to envisage the environment which prevails during the early ages of some worlds. These unusual conditions make it necessary for the evolving animal life to remain in its marine nursery habitat for longer periods than on those planets which very early provide a hospitable land and atmosphere environment. Conversely, on some worlds of the super breathers, when the planet is not too large, it is sometimes expedient to provide for a mortal type which can readily negotiate atmospheric passage. These air navigators sometimes intervene between the water and land groups, and they always live in a measure upon the ground, eventually evolving into land dwellers. But on some worlds, for ages they continue to fly, even after they have become land-type beings. It is both amazing and amusing to observe the early civilization of a primitive race of human beings taking shape. In one case, in the air and treetops, and in another, midst the shallow waters of sheltered tropic basins, as well as on the bottom sides and shores of these marine gardens of the dawn races of such extraordinary spheres. Even on Urantia, there was a long age during which primitive man preserved himself and advanced his primitive civilization by living for the most part in the treetops, as did his earlier arboreal ancestors. And on Urantia, you still have a group of diminutive mammals, the bat family, that are air navigators. And your seals and whales of marine habitat are also of the mammalian order. In Satania, of the elemental types, 7% are water, 10% air, 70% land, and 13% combined land and air types. But these modifications of early intelligent creatures are neither human fishes nor human birds. They are of the human and pre-human types, neither superfishes nor glorified birds, but distinctly mortal. Uh, yeah, that's interesting. I think they're talking about like angels and um, mermaids, right? The gravity types. By modification of creative design, intelligent beings are so constructed that they can freely function on spheres both smaller and larger than Urantia, thus being in measure accommodated to the gravity of those planets which are not of ideal size and density. The various planetary types of mortals vary in height. The average in Nebadon, that's our universe, being a trifle under 7 feet tall. Some of the larger worlds are peopled with beings who are only about 2½ feet in height. Mortal stature ranges from here on up through the average heights on the average size planets to around 10 feet on the smaller inhabited spheres. In Satania, there is only one race under 4 feet in height. 20% of the Satania inhabited worlds are peopled with mortals of the modified gravity types, occupying the larger and the smaller planets. The temperature types. It is possible to create living beings who can withstand temperatures both much higher and much lower than the life range of the Urantia races. There are 5 distinct orders of beings as they are classified with reference to heat regulating mechanisms. In this scale, the Urantia races are number 3. Oh, wow. Okay. 30% of Satania worlds are peopled with races of modified temperature types. 12% belong to the higher temperature ranges, 18% to the lower, as compared with Urantians, who function in the mid-temperature group. So we are mid-temperature group, guys. And then you have the electric types. The electric, magnetic, and electronic behavior of the worlds varies greatly. There are 10 designs of mortal life variously fashioned to withstand the differential energy of the spheres. These 10 varieties also react in slightly different ways to the chemical rays of ordinary sunlight. But these slight physical variations in no way affect the intellectual or the spiritual life. Of the electric groupings of mortal life, almost 23% belong to class number 4, the Urantia type of existence. These types are distributed as follows. Number 1, 1%. Number 2, 2%. Number 3, 5%. Number 4, 23%. Number 5, 27%. Number 6, 24%. Number 7, 8%. Number 8, 5%. Number 9, 3%. Number 10, 2%. In whole percentages. The energizing types. Not all worlds are alike in the manner of taking in energy. Not all inhabited worlds have an atmospheric ocean suited to respiratory exchange of gases such as is present on Urantia. During the earlier and the later stages of many planets, beings of your present order could not exist. And when the respiratory factors of a planet are very high or very low, but when all other prerequisites to intelligent life are adequate, The life carriers often establish on such worlds a modified form of mortal existence. Okay. Okay. During the earlier and the later stages of many planets, beings on your present order could not exist, and when the respiratory factors of a planet are very high or very low, but when all other prerequisites to intelligent life are adequate, the life carriers often establish on such worlds a modified form of mortal existence. Beings who are competent to affect their life process exchanges directly by means of light energy and the first-hand power transmutations of the master physical controllers. Interesting. There are 6 differing types of animal and mortal nutrition. The sub-breathers employ the first type of nutrition, the marine dwellers the second, the mid-breathers the third, as on Urantia. The super-breathers employ the 4th type of energy intake, while the non-breathers utilize the 5th order of nutrition and energy. The 6th technique of energizing is limited to the midway creatures. And then you have the unnamed type. There are numerous additional physical variations in planetary life, but all of these differences are wholly matters of anatomical modification, physiologic differentiation, and electrochemical adjustment. Such distinctions do not concern the intellectual or the spiritual life. So now we're going to talk about worlds of the non-breathers. The majority of inhabited planets are peopled with the breathing type of intelligent beings. But there are also orders of mortals who are able to live on worlds with little or no air. Of the Orvonton inhabited worlds, this type amounts to less than 7%. In Nebadon, this percentage is less than 3%. In all Satania, there are only 9 such worlds. That's pretty low compared to how many planets there are. There are so very few of the non-breather type of inhabited worlds in Satania because this more recently organized section of Norlatiadec still abounds in meteoric space bodies, and worlds without a protective friction atmosphere are subject to incessant bombardment by these wanderers. Even some of the comets consist of meteor swarms, but as a rule they are disrupted smaller bodies of matter. Millions upon millions of meteorites enter the atmosphere of Urantia daily, coming in at the rate of almost 200 miles a second. On the non-breathing worlds, the advanced races must do much to protect themselves from meteor damage by making electrical installations which operate to consume or shunt the meteors. Great danger confronts them when they venture beyond these protected zones. These worlds are also subject to disastrous electric storms of a nature unknown on Urantia. During such times of tremendous energy fluctuation, the inhabitants must take refuge in their special structures of protected insulation. Life on the worlds of the non-breathers is radically different from what it is on Urantia. The non-breathers do not eat food or drink water, as do the Urantia races. The reactions of the nervous system, the heat-regulating mechanism, and the metabolism of these specialized peoples are radically different from such functions of Urantia mortals. Almost every act of living, aside from reproduction, differs. and even the methods of procreation are somewhat different. On the non-breathing worlds, the animal species are radically unlike those found on the atmospheric planets. The non-breathing plan of life varies from the technique of existence on an atmospheric world. Even in survival, their peoples differ, being candidates for spirit fusion. Nevertheless, these beings enjoy life and carry forward the activities of the realm with the same relative trials and joys that are experienced by the mortals living on atmospheric worlds. In mind and character, the non-breathers do not differ from other mortal types. You would be more than interested in the planetary conduct of this type of mortal because such a race of beings inhabits a sphere in close proximity to Urantia. So there's a planet around us that has non-breathers on it. Interesting. Evolutionary will creatures. There are great differences between the mortals of the different worlds, even among those belonging to the same intellectual and physical types. But all mortals of will, dignity, are erect animals, bipeds. There are 6 basic evolutionary races. 3 primary, red, yellow, and blue. The 3 secondary, orange, green, and indigo. Most inhabited worlds have all of these races, but many of the 3-brained planets harbor only the 3 primary types. Some local systems also have only these 3 races. The average special physical sense endowments of human beings is 12. 12. This is where the 12-strand DNA comes from. Okay. Though the special senses of the 3-brained mortals are extended slightly beyond those of the 1 and 2-brain types, they can see and hear considerably more than the Urantia races. Young are usually born singly, multiple births being the exception, and the family life is fairly uniform on all types of planets. Sex equality prevails on all advanced worlds. Male and female are equal in mind endowment and spiritual status. We do not regard a planet as having emerged from barbarism so long as one sex seeks to tyrannize over the other. This feature of creature experience is always greatly improved after the arrival of a material son and daughter. So our material son that was put here was Jesus. Seasons and temperature variations occur on all sunlighted and sun-heated planets. Agriculture is universal on all atmospheric worlds. Tilling the soil is the one pursuit that is common to the advancing races on all such planets. Mortals all have the same general struggles with microscopic foes in their early days, such as you now experience on Urantia, though perhaps not so extensive. The length of life varies on the different planets, from 25 years on the primitive worlds to near 500 on the more advanced and older spheres. Right. Exactly. We are the farmers here, yes. But we do have microscopic foes. We have germs and stuff, right? That's crazy. So the length of life varies on the different planets from 25 years. Some planets people some planets people only live 25 years. I say people as in the beings on those planets, right? Cuz most of them are biped. Biped means they have 2 feet. They stand on 2 feet. They may be webbed feet. They may be green feet or blue feet or, purple feet, but they're still bipeds. And the more advanced, older worlds, they live to near 500 years old. 500 years old? Oh my goodness. We live a fifth of that if we're lucky. But that's because of all the things on the earth. Right? My goodness. Human beings are all gregarious, both tribal and racial. These group segregations are inherent in their origin and constitution. Such tendencies can be modified only by advancing civilization and by gradual spiritualization. The social, economic, and governmental problems of the inhabited worlds vary in accordance with the age of the planets and the degree to which they have been influenced by the successive sojourns of the divine sons. Mind is the bestowal of the infinite spirit and functions quite the same in diverse environments. The mind of mortals is akin regardless of certain structural and chemical differences which characterize the physical natures of the will creatures of the local systems. Regardless of personal or physical planetary differences, the mental life of all these various orders of mortals is very similar, and their immediate careers after death are very much alike. But mortal mind without immortal spirit cannot survive. The mind of man is mortal. Only the bestowed spirit is immortal. Survival is dependent on spiritualization by the ministry of the adjuster, on the birth and evolution of the immortal soul. So again, our souls are immortal. Our bodies are finite. Our souls are infinite. At least there must not have developed an antagonism towards the adjuster's mission of effecting the spiritual transformation of the material mind. The adjuster is a guide, basically. Okay? They use big words in this book, but when you figure it out, it all makes sense. At least it did to me. It took me 2 years to read this book. And I have highlighted so much of it. Because when I highlight something, it goes into my brain. The planetary series of mortals. It will be somewhat difficult to make an adequate portrayal of the planetary series of mortals because you know so little about them and because there are so many variations. Mortal creatures may, however, be studied from numerous viewpoints, among which are the following: adjustment to planetary environment, brain type series, spirit reception series, planetary mortal epochs, creature kinship series, adjuster fusion series, Techniques of terrestrial escape. Okay. Adjuster fusion series. That is fusing with your higher self. Mm-hmm. Yep. Did you? The inhabited spheres of the 7 superuniverses are peopled with mortals who, at the same time, classify in some one or more categories of each of these 7 generalized classes of evolutionary creature life. But even these general classifications make no provision for such beings as Midsoniters, nor for certain other forms of intelligent life. The inhabited worlds, as they have been presented in these narratives, are peopled with evolutionary mortal creatures, but there are other life forms. Adjustment to planetary environment. There are 3 general groups of inhabited worlds from the standpoint of the adjustment of creature life to the planetary environment. The normal adjustment group, the radical adjustment group, and the experimental group. Normal adjustments to planetary conditions follow the general physical patterns previously considered. The worlds of the non-breathers typify the radical or extreme adjustment, but other types are also included in this group. Experimental worlds are usually ideally adapted to the typical life forms, and on these decimal planets, the life carriers attempt to produce beneficial variations in the standard life designs. Since your world is an experimental planet, it differs markedly from its sister spheres in Satania. Many forms of life have appeared on Urantia that are not found elsewhere. Likewise are many common species absent from your planet. In the universe of Nebadon, all the life modification worlds are serially linked together and constitute a special domain of universe affairs, which is given attention by designated administrators. And all of these experimental worlds are periodically inspected by a corps of universe directors, whose chief is the veteran finaliteer known in Satania as Tabamantia. What in the world? Tabamantia. Wow. Okay. Brain type series. The one physical uniformity of mortals is the brain and nervous system. Nevertheless, there are 3 basic organizations of the brain mechanisms: the 1, the 2, and the 3 brain types. What do you think your ranches are, guys? There's a 1 and there's a 2 and there's a 3. So we are 2-brained types. We are of the 2-brain type. Somewhat more imaginative, adventurous, and philosophical than the 1-brained mortals, but somewhat less spiritual, ethical, and worshipful than the 3-brained orders. Right, duality, exactly. These brain differences characterize even the pre-human animal existences. From the 2-hemisphere type of the Urantian cerebral cortex, you can, by analogy, grasp something of the 1-brain type. The 3rd brain of the 3-brained orders is best conceived as an evolvement of your lower or rudimentary form of brain, which is developed to the point where it functions chiefly in control of physical activities, leaving the 2 superior brains free for higher engagements, one for intellectual functions and the other for the spiritual counterparting activities of the thought adjuster, the higher self. Okay. They call us two-brain type because we have a right brain and a left brain. Our spiritual side, our side that connects with our imagination, with our how we connect with the galactics and our thought adjusters, which are our higher selves, all these things, that's the right side of the brain. Exactly, Dream Eater. That's the right side of the brain. Our left side is more logical. It's a lot of times if you live only in your left side of the brain, you won't be spiritual. It's like you shut off your right side. You need to know, you need to balance, right? Or choose not to. It's always your choice. Always. You always have a choice. That's what free will is all about. Yes, our left brain keeps us grounded, I guess you could say, right? I live in my right brain. I know that. I always have. Always. I always try to see what's behind what I see on the forefront, right? And if I can't figure it out, I research. I always research. When I have a question, I ask my higher self, and then I get my answers through people, through websites, through books. And that's how it works for me. You're left-handed, always been a right brain too. Yeah, I'm right-handed. I am right-handed. All right, what time? Okay, we got time. All right, let's see. From the two-hemisphere type of the Urantian cerebral cortex, you can, by analogy, grasp something of the one-brain type. While the terrestrial attainments of the one-brain races are slightly limited in comparison with the two-brain orders, the older planets of the three-brain group exhibit civilizations that would astound Urantians, and which would somewhat shame yours by comparison. Yes, your left control your right control your left. Okay. In mechanical development and material civilization, even in intellectual progress, the two-brained mortal worlds are able to equal the three-brain spheres. But in the higher control of mind and development of intellectual and spiritual reciprocation, you are somewhat inferior. All such comparative estimates concerning the intellectual progress or the spiritual attainments of any world or group of worlds should in fairness recognize planetary age. Very much depends on age. The help of the biologic uplifters and the subsequent missions of the various orders of the divine sons. While the three-brained peoples are capable of slightly higher planetary evolution than either the one or two-brained orders, all have the same type of life plasm and carry on planetary activities in very similar ways, much as do human beings on Urantia. These three types of mortals are distributed throughout the worlds of the local systems. In the majority of cases, planetary conditions had very little to do with the decisions of the life carriers to project these varied orders of mortals on the different worlds. It is a prerogative of the life carriers, thus, to plan and execute. These three orders stand on an equal footing in the ascension career. Each must traverse the same intellectual scale of development, and each must master the same spiritual tests of progression. That's awesome, Robin. Yep. Uh yes, the nuns. My husband was taught by nuns for quite a few years of his life, and he is ambidextrous. He can use both hands because that's how they taught. Yep. All right. The system, administration, and the constellation over control of these different worlds are uniformly free from discrimination. Even the regimes of the planetary princes are identical. Spirit Reception Series. There are 3 groups of mind design as related to contact with spirit affairs. This classification does not refer to the 1, 2, and 3-brained orders of mortals. It refers primarily to gland chemistry, more particularly to the organization of certain glands comparable to the pituitary bodies. The races on some worlds have 1 gland, on others 2, as do Urantians, while on still other spheres the races have 3 of these unique bodies. So we have 2. We have the pituitary gland, and we also have the third eye. While on other spheres the races have 3 of these unique bodies. The inherent imagination and spiritual receptivity is definitely influenced by this differential chemical endowment. This makes sense. Of the spirit reception type, 65% are of the second group, like the Urantia races. 12% are of the first type, naturally less receptive, while 23% are more spiritually inclined during terrestrial life, but such distinctions do not survive natural death. All of these racial differences pertain only to the life in the flesh. Interesting. Hello, Erica. Hello, hello. Planetary mortal epochs. This classification recognizes the succession of temporal dispensations as they affect man's terrestrial status and his reception of celestial ministry. Life is initiated on the planets by the life carriers, who watch over its development until sometime after the evolutionary appearance of mortal man. Before the life carriers leave a planet, they duly install a planetary prince as ruler of the realm. With this ruler, there arrives a full quota of subordinate auxiliaries and ministering helpers, and the first adjudication of the living and the dead is at the same time with his arrival. Oh, goodness, yes. Oh, you're good, Erica. We are talking about other worlds around us, planets, and how things happen on the planets, and like some people are breathers, some are non-breathers, and all this stuff. Okay. So with the emergence of human groupings, it just talked about the council that is in control of the planet, because there is one, guaranteed. With the emergence of human groupings, this planetary prince arrives to inaugurate human civilization and to focalize human society. Your world of confusion is no criterion of the early days of the reign of the planetary princes, for it was near the beginning of such an administration on Urantia that your planetary prince, Caligastia, there was a great rebellion. This is all in if you study Ashiana Dean, she talks about this. Prince Caligastia cast his lot with the rebellion of the system sovereign Lucifer. Your planet has pursued a stormy course ever since. On a normal evolutionary world, racial progress attains its natural biological peak during the regime of the planetary prince, and shortly thereafter, the system sovereign dispatches a material son and daughter to that planet. These imported beings are of service as biologic uplifters. Their default on Urantia further complicated your planetary history. This planet has been through a lot historically. And a lot of the history taught us it was lies. A lot of it. When the intellectual and ethical progress of a human race has reached the limits of evolutionary development, there comes an avonal son of paradise on a magisterial mission. And later on, when the spiritual status of such a world is nearing its limit of natural attainment, the planet is visited by a paradise bestowal son. The chief mission of a bestowal son is to establish the planetary status, release the spirit of truth for planetary function, and thus affect the universal coming of the thought adjusters. This is what we are, guys. This is part of the plan. We are bestowal sons and daughters. Our mission is to release the spirit of truth and the universal coming of the thought adjusters. Guys, that's our higher selves. That's talking about us integrating our higher selves into ourselves. This is huge. This is why we're going over this. Here again, Urantia deviates. There has never been a magisterial mission on your world. Neither was your bestowal son of the Avonal order. Your planet enjoyed the single honor of becoming the mortal home planet of the sovereign son, Michael of Nebadon. Michael of Nebadon is another name for Jesus, or Yeshua, whatever you want to call him. Sananda is his galactic name. As a result of the ministry of all the successful orders of divine sonship, the inhabited worlds and their advancing races begin to approach the apex of planetary evolution. Such worlds now become ripe for the culminating mission. The arrival of the Trinitary... Oh my goodness. The arrival of the Trinity Teacher Sons. The Trinity, guys, the 333. This epoch of the Teacher Sons is the vestibule to the final planetary age. Evolutionary utopia, the age of light and life. This classification of human beings will receive particular attention in the succeeding paper. Oh, okay. Creature kinship serials. Planets are not only organized vertically into systems, constellations, and so on, but the universe administration also provides for horizontal groupings according to type, series, and other relationships. This lateral administration of the universe pertains more particularly to the coordination of activities of a kindred nature which have been independently fostered on different spheres. These related classes of universe creatures are periodically inspected by certain composite core of high personalities presided over by long experienced Final tears. It basically just said, long experience final tears. Long experience, the ascended masters. This is talking about us. These kinship factors are manifest on all levels, for kinship serials exist among non-human personalities as well as among mortal creatures, even between human and superhuman orders. Intelligent beings are vertically related in 12 great groups of 7 major divisions each. The coordination of these uniquely related groups of living beings is probably affected by some not fully comprehending technique of the Supreme Being. Yes, snap time. Snap time. Yeah. Are you guys understanding what this is saying right now? Adjuster Fusion Series. This is us. Adjuster. Our adjuster is our higher self. Our highest self is our adjuster. Our guide. Our higher self. This is crazy. It's telling all about the mission. The spiritual classification or grouping of all mortals during their pre-fusion experience is wholly determined by the relation of the personality status to the indwelling mystery monitor. Almost 90% of the inhabited worlds of Nebadon are peopled with adjuster fusion mortals, in contrast with a nearby universe where scarcely more than 1/2 of the worlds harbor beings who are adjuster indwelt candidates for eternal fusion. Wow. Techniques of terrestrial escape. There is fundamentally only one way in which individual human life can be initiated on the inhabited worlds, and that is through creature procreation and natural birth. But there are numerous techniques whereby man escapes his terrestrial status and gains access to the inward moving stream of paradise ascenders. Exactly. Becoming one consciousness and fall in love with each other. Okay, guys. Tomorrow we'll talk about terrestrial escape. I don't know what this is all about. I read this book, like I said, years and years and years ago. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay. We'll get back into that tomorrow then. Yes. It has the answer right in here. Wow. Yeah. How to ascend, basically. It has a guide on how to ascend right in the Urantia book, and I never knew it. It's because we're in Endgame. We're being shown this. We're being brought to what we need to learn. This is crazy. Yeah. Oh, I love you too, darling. Love you too, and we're learning together. We are learning together. I will probably put today's lesson on the YouTube because this is important stuff. This is important stuff. And super interesting. It's like we have so much ahead of us. I'm just feeling really good right now. Just more full of light today. All right, guys. I'm going to get out of here. What do we got today? Nothing. I might get on later and do cards or something. I don't know. Maybe visit y'all in your rooms. Right? Hello, beautiful Kelly. Hello, Kitty Cat. Yeah. And absolutely. I might go over to Fairies room and see what she's up to with the water. But I love you all. I will try to get some input from John about 555. Love you all. I will visit you. Have a beautiful day, guys. Namaste. My soul knows your soul, and I love you so very much. Have a beautiful day. Thank you, Kitty. Love you. Bye-bye.